Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Kenco F1 Grand Prix, and today we're qualifying in Hungary. Today we're at the Hungaroring, one of the first races of the 2020 season, but the midpoint for the Kenco F1 season. And in front is Max Chapman, but just behind is Kasper Meech. And how could Kasper Meech do this weekend in order to get a jump on his teammate? I don't know, but Torben Schutt isn't far behind either. Today I am joined by Sam in the commentary box.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hungary. As Callum said, it's getting close at the top end of the championship table. Torben Schutt's had a great run of races, so it's really interesting to see what he'll be doing this weekend.
2 victories in a row for the Ferrari boys. How is that going to impact their morale?
Oh, hugely. It's all about confidence in Formula One. Having good confidence is so key. So I think Torben Schutt's going to be really strong. I'm not too sure whether this is his sort of track. But we'll have to wait and see. Slightly different to that of Silverstone, of course, but, we'll have to see.
We'll wait to see. Both the McLarens there going out in sync, and so does both of the Mercedes cars. All the drivers getting on track, ensuring their place out there. Track position, everything at Hungary.
Yeah, definitely. It's very easy to lose out in qualifying. If you get backed up too much, you can't start your lap like you'd want to. So it's really important to get out there as soon as possible, as the Mercedes boys have done perfectly.
Here we are on board with either Max Chapman or Kasper Meech. I'm not too sure which one it is at the moment, but both of them here coming through Sector 1.
Yeah, Kasper Meech and Max Chapman have a lot to prove this weekend. As we said, the Ferrari of Torben Schutt has been so strong the last few weekends. I think they're going to want to rein that in. They're going to want to be winning these races that they've been doing so consistently once again.
Yeah, I mean, it's really all to lose there now for Max. Halfway through the season, he's ahead by, well, a good win worth of points. And, how much does that mean to that driver?
Massively. I mean, in Formula One, it's all about momentum. Max Chapman's going to want to keep that momentum of good qualifying positions and good races. So he obviously got that good lead in the championship as well. But, if just one weekend of not scoring points could cost him massively.
And someone who didn't score very many points last week was Joel Fuxall out here on the intermediate tyres. We said it was a ritual that he's going to do every week. He goes through turn 5 there, one of the most tricky corners on this track, but full of chicanes of turn 6 and 7, obviously locking up both those tyres. You expect that in the dry conditions, but these intermediate tyres just giving him so much more confidence on the softs.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy from Joel Fuxall, but it seems to work well for him, so I'm glad that he's found that. But yeah, he's on those intermediates at the moment, obviously not going to be setting any fast times on those.
I mean, we're all the way down here into Sector 3, and he's locked up once again, but he's not done too badly for himself on the green mark tyres.
Yeah, not too badly. I mean, this ritual that he likes to call it is all about getting that confidence on the soft tyres. He doesn't expect to be setting crazy lap times on these intermediate tyres as he does come into pit. It's all about going onto the softs and just feeling that immense amount more grip. It just gives him so much more confidence.
We're on board with Forbes now, who last week got into qualifying 2 for the first time in quite some time. Widdowson going fastest with a 1:15.9. Not a great lap time from him, which will surely be dethroned by Max Chapman, who's coming towards the line right now. Kasper Meech has got a 1:14.7, but Max Chapman just behind him is going to come towards the line, and he's going to probably get a quicker time. But Forbes, once again, like we said, it came P12 last week, and, it's not great, but it's definitely improvements for the McLaren team.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. It's not incredible, but P12 is a massive improvement for the McLaren driver of Adam Forbes. That's going to give him confidence in qualifying this week, no doubt, as he goes P5 at the moment. Significant amount down on Kasper Meech, but that's his first run. We'll have to see if he goes again. But yeah, I think it could be really beneficial for him, that confidence.
The Red Bull of Mustard goes into P2, but someone with a lot of confidence so far, Dylan Hartley, fastest in the first sector.
Yeah, we've seen Dylan Hartley, several times in the league thus far being incredible. If you think of Monaco as an incredible win, as he goes P2, just 2 tenths down on Kasper Meech. So maybe he's going to be strong this weekend. We didn't quite see that pace in Silverstone, I don't think. But maybe this weekend he's going to be back on form.
We got a lot of people here rooting for Torben Schutt, who's now gone fastest in the first sector. He's won the last 2 races. Can he do it again, Sam?
He's looking... I don't know where this has come from Torben Schutt. Was one of my favourites at the start of the league if we cast our mind back to pre-season testing. I'm pretty sure I said Torben Schutt was a very strong candidate. He's in P17 at the moment, still yet to set a lap time, but with 2 wins in a row, he's incredibly strong and setting the fastest first sector at the moment.
Chapman
I mean,
opted
it's crazy.
Chapman opted to come into the pits after his outlap, so no hot lap there from that driver. Torben Schutt comes to his line and will go into the P1 position by 1.5 tenths. Is that enough?
I don't know. It depends if Kasimic comes out again. He's in the pits at the moment. I mean, Kasimic is looking really strong. He's about only a tenth off Torben Schutt. I think that'll be enough for him to get into Q2.
Robbie Welsh goes 15th with the slowest time so far. Joel Foxall on his outlap. Max Chapman also on his outlap. And one of the new drivers for this week is Svenny. We saw him in the driver tests 2 weeks, a couple months ago. He unfortunately didn't get the seat, but after all of the drivers from those driver trials have been filtered through, we had, first we had Harper, and then we had, obviously, Imani. Andre got the seat at Red Bull, and then now it goes down to Svenny. Who now comes through the chicane in that bright new Williams livery. He used to be race engineer for the Racing Point team, but he's put down the radio and he's picked up the gloves.
Yeah, it's great to see Svenny in the second Williams seat. I mean, hopefully he has a bit more luck in that seat. The seat seems to be a slightly bit cursed. Not much success in it as of yet, but Svenny could prove that all wrong. His first weekend, obviously, with the team. So we'll have to see how he does. We'll have to keep an eye on him this weekend.
Does look like he's going to back out of that lap. He's going to go for another one, but he has definitely and certainly backed out of that one after he went wide onto the grass through there in Sector 2. But obviously his first laps in the Kenco F1 League, and he's put himself, well, he's off the bottom.
Yeah, it's something, obviously, looks like he is now the bottom, but that was his first run. He's got time to improve. You know, there's 10 minutes left in the session. I'm sure he'll be able to improve on his lap time.
We're on board with Max Chapman. He will be looking for that P1 position, but he doesn't look as confident as his teammate this week. And Torben Schutt, who is in the prime position here. Provisional pole in qualifying 1 is Torben Schutt. He's followed by Meech with a 1:14.7, and then it's Robbie Welsh with a 1:14.9. So interesting stuff here. But looking down the grid, Chapman's got a little bit of traffic on his way down to turn 5.
Yeah, he does. It's going to be important. This first sector time, we'll have to see if he doesn't go purple. He's not beating that of Torben Schutt in the first sector. He's about 2/100ths down on the Ferrari driver. As Joel Foxall goes P1 on those brand new soft tyres, about 3/10ths faster than that of Torben Schutt. Very interesting.
A big indication of pace there from the Racing Point garage. Quite ironic because they lose the person who gives them quite a lot of information about track settings and what to do with their car, but he does go fastest, and Svenny's going to be missing out on that. He's not going to be able to share the glory of that provisional pole. Chapman coming now into the third sector. He's lost his rear there through turn 13. He's gone very, very wide. He's still going to beat about half the grid with that time, I reckon, though. Coming through turn 14 onto the finish straight, he's going to have about a 1:14.7. No, 1:15.7. 1 whole second faster than what we were expecting, just because of that. And behind him, Adam Forbes getting an absolutely beautiful toe down to turn 1.
Yeah, maybe just using the tyres a bit too much throughout the lap, and in the final sector we saw coming through turn 13, the back end just was not sticking to the road at all. Maybe he's going to have to think about that, not going as aggressive through sector 1 and sector 2, trying to conserve those tyres for those tricky final few corners.
What are the setups like at Austria? Is it more to do with the downforce, or is it to do with the straight line speed?
Well, you know, it's tricky because there's that very long start-finish straight where you can gain a lot of time. You know, if you get that toe, if you get that DRS, you're going to gain a lot of time going down there. But, you know, there's still lots of medium speed corners, pretty similar to that of Silverstone. You know, if you think Magnus Beckett's medium to high speed corners, it's all about that really fine balance between having enough downforce and not too much. So, yeah, it's a really hard balance, but probably a bit more on the downforce side because there's a lot more corners around here.
Yeah, I mean, it is just a balancing game here, currently down at Hungaroring. Svenny is into the pits once again. He's going to switch his fuel and tyres in order for another lap. Joshua Morris on an outlap. He's coming onto the start-finish straight, looking to get the toe of Dylan Hartley, who just crossed the line. He's currently P6, and Morris in P19. And I think there's a little bit of rumours there that Netflix is in the paddock, and they're looking at this team.
Yeah, that is interesting to hear, actually. You know, Netflix seems to have some sort of effect on certain teams in Formula 1, so we'll have to see what sort of effect it has on the McLaren team. Maybe it will help them in qualifying. Maybe they perform under the pressure. We'll have to see. P18 and 19 at the moment. about 2/10 off the pace.
There's a lot of traffic here coming into the second sector. Andre gets out of the way really nicely, but Josh Amara gets a slow run, 7/10 slower in the first sector than his previous time. But coming down towards turn 6 and 7, the chicane complex, he's going to go wide, and he's going to clip the sausage. That's going to completely ruin his time.
Yeah, going through that chicane there, as you said, turn 6 and 7, it's really hard to get a good run through there. And if you clip the sausage curb at all, it really throws the car off. And, you know, as you can see, Josh Amara's really backed off.
Oh, he's on the line as well, as Ian Hanmore came behind for his for his second run. He's looking to get better than P10. CPN Ben has retired from the session. His teammate there out of the session for one reason or another. I'm not too sure. That may be a mechanical issue there for the Mercedes garage, but Ian Hanmore definitely blocked there by Josh, but he's coming into the pits anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to Ben there in the Mercedes. Might have seen on board the Ferrari of Titan coming out of turn 5. I think Ben might have spun and hit the barrier, and you know that's it for his qualifying by the looks of it.
Archie Middlefels through the first sector. He was 11 seconds slower last lap, but how is he going to improve? He's coming down towards the sector 1. He's only 40 milliseconds off the pace, so that's not bad from him, but down here through turn 5, this is where you make all of your time in the 6 and 7 chicane. We did say before, he's going to clip the inside curve, miss the sausage, or he hits the sausage just slightly. It's going to offset his thing. There is one of the Williams slowing down there. I think that is Svaney waiting there at the entrance. He's gone incredibly wide there through 8 and 9, so that's going to compromise his lap significantly.
Yeah, looks like the car's performing a bit treacherously coming through there. It looks quite hard to handle, especially coming through that chicane. As we said, yeah, not planted to the racetrack is that Renault at the moment.
Don't know what's going on here. It looks like Ian Hanmore is texting and driving, putting in the chat, "Oh my god, it's Jack, hello." Texting and driving, not a great thing in real life. Even worse in Formula 1 when you've got a reaction time of less than 2/10.
Yeah, that is a interesting strategy from that of the Mercedes driver. He's in P11 at the moment, safe at the moment, still 8/10 off the current fastest lap time of Joe Foxall.
Perhaps Ian was teaching a Ben a trick or two with the texting and driving, and that's why he's out. Perhaps he's left the session now, salty about his teammate giving him incorrect texting and driving techniques there. But Chapman down in P16. We see Ian doing a practice start, something we don't normally see drivers do from the pit lane. So that's good stuff there from him to see something a little bit more unusual. But Max Chapman goes faster in the first sector than Foxall by 12 milliseconds. It's not enough if he loses it through the middle sector, which he's coming through now. It could be all well and done for him. He goes down towards that. He's 1/10 behind Foxall. He would be P2 currently. It is Q1 only, remember. So remember, these cars will not be pushing as hard as they will be in qualifying 3, yet they come here through the final corners. This is where you can either make or break your time coming here through turn 14. It's a long and winding turn. You get a good apex here through the final corner, and it's absolutely amazing for you, but it doesn't look amazing for Chapman, and he's going to go into the P2 position.
Yeah, that was a better lap from Max Chapman there. Still a 10th down on Joe Foxall at the moment, but he needed that lap, obviously, to get into Q2. So that's good for him.
Don't know what's gone on there. The safety car has joined the session. I'm not sure if they were expecting some sort of crash there, but the safety car has joined the session, so perhaps intonation that they need some sort of yellow flag to clean Ben's carcass up.
Yeah, potentially. Just getting that practice in for Sunday, potentially foreshadowing some sort of safety car incident we may be seeing. It's very possible around Hungary. Not the best track for overtaking, but there's always some action around here, so maybe the safety car will be needed on Sunday. We'll have to see.
We've just got a notification that safety car is the name of the Netflix CEO, so that is really interesting there. That they're now filming Adam Forbes, who is green in the first sector.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting, considering we know that Netflix are with McLaren this weekend. As you said, Adam Forbes improving on his first sector time, so we'll have to see what he can do. Maybe that confidence from last qualifying will come out here.
He's now down into 9 and 10, coming through 11. He's going to get wide. Oh, there's a car coming across the track. That's Archie Middlefels spun in the final sector. Oh my god.
Wow. He was very lucky that that car was ghosted. Archie Middlefels coming out of turn 11 by the looks of it, completely spun it. And out of turn 13, Adam Forbes really struggling on that curb. He touched it, and it really offset the car coming towards the line. Is he going to improve? I hope he does. He doesn't by the looks of it. He stays P18.
Well, he can go around once more. His teammate's going to look to come out the pits as well, but at the rear of the pack, Svaney still last.
Yeah, you know, this is his first qualifying performance. I mean, he's he's improved by 1 second on his previous time, but I don't know. It's gonna be it's a hard ask for Svaney, but he's in P20 at the moment. His teammate is in P5, so that's quite a big gap there.
Not too sure what's going on there. Williams is going really slow through Sector 1. We have seen some reliability issue with that car as of late, so not good news there for Svaney.
Now we'll have to see what that's all about. He might be just getting out the way of this traffic, or he's really wanting that slow outlap to conserve these soft tyres that he's on at the moment. But yeah, I'm not too sure. He's going very slowly at the moment, letting all the cars pass that he possibly can.
He's got only 2 minutes to make it to the line, and at this rate, if no cars improve, the DNF car will actually make it through to qualifying 2. They won't be able to do anything, but they'll be through.
Yeah, obviously Ben set a time, and he was only 1 second down on the current fastest time. So yeah, as you said, that retired car would get through to Q2, but not be able to compete, of course.
We're on board with Titan, who's now coming up towards turn 3 and 4. Through 4, he's got a really good time. He's fastest overall. He hasn't got a purple sector yet. He's 10 milliseconds quicker than Joel Foxhall. Coming down towards 7 and 8, he's going to get a really nice, really good chicane there, actually. Getting a little bit of grass on the exit through 8 and now through 9. He's got a nice apex, keeping it wide. Got onto the AstroTurf. You're going to lose a little bit of traction through there. But tight now into 10 and 11. Through 11, you want to get as wide as you can on the exit, so you get so much runoff. He does it really well there. 1/10 behind still, though. Down into 12. Get really late on the power. Nice and tight. Good stuff there. On the AstroTurf, once again, you're going to lose grip, but down on the inside, you do not want to touch any of the white curbs here at Austria. They will spin you using a little bit of the exit curb. Good stuff there from Titan. Coming through 14, now onto the start-finish straight. He's going to open the DRS in the rear wing once he gets straight. You see that there. It gives him 7 kilometers extra down the straight, and he's going to go into P4.
Yeah, P4 for Titan, just 3/10 off the fastest time. But interestingly, you said about his first sector, Andre Abreu has managed to get the fastest first sectors. That's really interesting. You stole that from Torben Schutt by the looks of it.
Well, he's got the fastest first sector, but that doesn't mean anything if you don't have fastest second or fastest third, or you just can't keep consistent pace around the track, which it seems like there for him. Alex Rinser, number 82, he's coming through 14 now. He's going to open the rear wing. Hopefully that's going to give him an advantage. He's on the soft tyres, coming down towards the start-finish. He is going to promote himself to P8.
P8 for Alex Rinser. He's safe at the moment. Both Red Bull drivers at the moment are safe in P8 and P10, so they're going to be getting through to Q2 at the moment. Now it's all down to the final 5. Can they beat this retired car and get into Q2? It's going to be really interesting. They're going to want to do it really badly.
Well, Wilson is going to make the line. The timing screen's going to say no, but he's made the line. I don't think Widdowson has been able to. Yes, Widdowson actually has been able to. So has Amara, and so is Svaney. All of the people in the bottom are, well, except for Adam, all the people in the bottom are, well, able to take on a lap. I'm sorry, I have to stop there. I've got a lump in my throat.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why Adam hasn't decided to come back out to set another time. Maybe he just feels he hasn't got the pace in the car this weekend. It's a real shame. But Widdowson coming through turn 4 there looks really, really strong. Is he going to be able to improve on this this DNF car of Ben Mitchell to get into Q2? Matthew Widdowson not able to do it, still in P16.
Well, yeah, he came around the final corner. Well, we had his team radio in the background. You guys didn't hear it, but here in the box we heard it. Widdowson purple sector 2, but I think that may be an issue on their timing screens because it was green, green, yellow for us. Middle fella's gone into P6, and that means that there's no one in the middle, no one in the bottom 5 that's promoted. Wilson's got a green middle sector, but a yellow first sector, so he's got to try and improve. In front of him, Svaney's trying to improve also. They're both on the red marked soft tyres. Coming round, the end of qualifying 1 is among us. Forbes has gone in, Svaney and Wilson can't improve. So it's Widdowson, Wilson, and Svaney that are out of the session.
That's going to be even more infuriating for Ben Mitchell. He's not going to be able to compete, even though he got it through.
Sorry, I thought there was going to be more to that. Yeah, I know what you mean. Obviously, going to have some harsh words there with Ian for the texting and driving or whatever he has been doing.
Yeah, that was a interesting one there. But the P16 to P20 not able to beat that car, and they're still all out of Q1 and not getting into Q2 this week.
Don't go anywhere, folks, because we'll see you at the start of qualifying 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the session 2 of the qualifying 2. This is where the strategies come into play, Sam.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what strategies these teams decide to go on this week. Honestly, it's a close call. These drivers seem to like to go onto that medium tire to start the race on. You know, it gives them more laps at the start of the race. That's the sort of strategy these guys like to often use. We'll have to see if that comes into play this weekend.
You know what they hear? The strategia of the Ferraris. Could that come into play today with Torben Schutt looking for his trifecta, the hat-trick of wins?
Yeah, recently the Ferrari strategies have been really what we would have regarded as ambitious, but you know they've been really good strategies, some of the best on the grid. So it will be interesting to see what the Ferrari boys decide to go out on today. Will they go for another split strategy? We will have to see.
Will it be Grazia Miller, or will it be, sorry guys, today it is the Ferraris versus the Alfa Romeos. But is there an oddball there? Joel Foxhall.
Yeah, in Q1, Joel was looking really strong, obviously getting that fastest time. Max Chapman just under 2/10 down on Joel Foxhall. He could be, he could be the one to stir up qualifying today.
Well, all the drivers out on track currently on the medium mark tyres, except for Robbie Welsh down in the final position currently.
Yeah, obviously we've only got 14 runners with Ben Mitchell not competing because he retired, but no doubt they'll all believe that they can get into Q3 today. I think it's been a close fight. Interestingly, actually, Joel Foxhall pointing this out. He's on those medium tyres, as well as Dylan Hartley, as well as most of the grid, to be honest with you. Except from the two Renaults.
It's everyone except the Renault that's on the mediums.
Yeah, the two Renaults have decided to go out on the softs by the looks of it, which is interesting. Maybe they're going for that alternate strategy, maybe trying to take a leaf out of the Ferrari's books for this weekend.
How do you prepare for a hot lap?
Well, I mean, it's all about getting temperature into certain parts of the car, specifically the brakes, the tyres, as well as mentally preparing yourself for the lap, running through everything you've learned through the practice sessions, etc. It's so important to get a really clean lap time in Q2 because you never know what can happen. Obviously, fighting for Q3 is really important. So, yeah, and obviously, the big thing with this is conserving the tyres that you go out on your out lap. You want them in peak condition, especially as you'll be starting the race on them.
And we're on board with Torben Schutt, who has just started his hot lap. He's going to go for provisional pole here in qualifying too.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Will Torben Schutt be able to top Q2, trying to take that throne away from Joel Fox? Coming through turn 1, that he lost the rear end slightly. Maybe not enough temperature into the tyres as of yet. Obviously, with that really long start-finish straight, that could be a possibility.
3 Gs sustained through that corners, almost up to 4. We'll see here through 4. How many Gs does he pull? 5 Gs there through there. Ian Hamill, for the first time ever in his own league, going the fastest, I think, but it's not a great time.
Yeah, not the best there from Ian, but he's on those medium tyres. We'll have to see if that's representative of the field. Torben Schutt momentarily had that fastest first sector, but Max Chapman very quickly stole that from him.
I mean, it is just one distance.
What are you trying to say? One position?
I don't know. I think I just died. No, it's only one lap on these medium tyres. There's definitely plenty of more that these drivers can extract from it. Salaman is in P2. Robbie Welsh, you would expect on these red-marked softs, the Renault going P1. Torben Schutt into P2, but behind him, Chapman will most definitely go into the P1 position, hopefully. Probably into the P2 position. No, he's gone P5.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to Max Chapman. As I said, he has that fastest first sector, but he's lost a lot of time. 4/10 to Robbie Welsh in the second sector. That may be to do with tyre wear, but he's in P5, like below other medium runners.
Well, 4/10 is definitely expected if you are on a soft to medium strategy here. Obviously, it's C3, C4, C5s here, so the hardest 3 compounds that we can bring to a race weekend. The other Renault going P4, 7/10 behind his teammate. Chapman now slowing down, looking like he's going to go for yet another hot lap on the yellow marked mediums. For him, it's just about getting through.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to go for that second run on these mediums to try and elevate his position slightly. He's in P6 at the moment. That's quite a risky spot, considering there's only 10 people getting into Q3. So sensibly, he'll go again.
His teammates just come out the garage. Abreu's currently fastest in the first sector, although he has just had that taken away from him. He's now green in the first sector. He's gone incredibly wide there through the exit of sector 2. He's 50 thousandths away from P1 of Robbie Welsh, which is quite good considering he's on the medium tyre. However, there could have been a little bit of swindling there in the middle sector to go, well, less than a tenth away from a soft runner. We'll have to check his recording, but we'll make sure what's going on here. Abreu is now into P2, I believe.
Yeah, P2 for him, 2/10 down on that soft run time of Robbie Welsh. But interestingly, Robbie Welsh in the pit lane at the moment has fitted the medium tyres by the looks of it. So maybe he's going to try and improve on his time on those medium tyres. That's going to be a bit of an ask for him.
Go ahead and talk us through what you're doing if you are Casper Meech on his outlap, preparing for the hot lap.
Yeah, Casper Meech crossed the line now. He's finished his outlap onto this fastest lap. We'll have to see how he does coming through turn 1 here. Looking pretty good, hugging that curb there, and also getting a much better exit out of turn 1 compared to Torben Schutt. As we approach turn 2 here, as Callum said earlier, you want to avoid those white curbs, can really offset the car. Coming through turn 3, nicely done. As we approach the incredibly fast turn 4, where he was going very fast on his outer lap, and he does that very nicely as well on his fastest lap. Turn 5, again avoiding those white curbs as Max Chapman goes fastest on those medium tyres. And as we approach turn 6 and 7, this chicane here, he gets there nicely. Avoiding those sausage curves, really important to do. Turn 8 and turn 9, a bit of oversteer there coming out of turn 8. Nicely done through turn 9, using that exit curb very nicely. And turn 10, pretty simple there. Turn 11 onto this straight as we approach turn 12. Pretty hard final sector, especially on these tyres, considering the lap we've had before this. And turn 13, again, trying to avoid those white tyres. Sorry, those white curbs as much as possible. He does that nicely. And turn 40, now final corner as he approaches the start-finish straight, opening that DRS, powering towards the start-finish line. And he goes P1.
By one millisecond. That is very equal pace there between the two Alfa Romeos.
Yeah, that was a nice lap there from Casper Meech, very clean. And yeah, just 1,000th off his teammate is Max Chapman.
I think
that's close.
I think on the timing screens it does say 2,000 there, just purely because of purely because of the probably rounded up. It was 0.0016 or something like that. I'm not too sure. However, it was definitely 0.001 if you truncate it. And what an absolute time that is! Not just to match Max Chapman, or to beat him, sorry, by 1 millisecond, but to do it with traffic, and to do it at a circuit just like this.
Yeah, that's very good stuff for Casper Meech. Obviously only Q2 at the moment, but he's that close to his teammate already, which is really good. It's setting him up for that Q3. I wonder if he'll go again. I think he'll probably pit. I mean, he's very, very close to his teammate, as he does pit sensibly. That's Casper Meech. But yeah, that's so close to his teammate.
What is the pace of Torben Schutt like?
Torben's shut down in P8 at the moment. He's already set a lap on these these medium tyres. He's about 5/10 down on the current fastest time, but he's gonna round the final corner and start his second flying lap by the looks of it in the session this far.
Yeah, I mean, 5/10 behind currently. That's enough to put him safe, but is it enough for the entire session?
I don't know. There's still drivers the likes of his teammate, Titan in P12 at the moment. No doubt he'll improve. The Renault of Archie Middelfeld set to improve, no doubt. So he won't be safe at the moment, and sensibly, he goes again for this second flying lap.
He comes now through the first sector up towards turn 4. We saw him before, 5Gs through this corner. He's a 1.5 tenths slower than the P1 position currently, but 1.5 tenths would still put him P4.
Yeah, it's just the Ferrari not looking as good as that Alfa Romeo this weekend. We haven't actually seen that for a little while. I mean, in Silverstone, if we cast our mind back to the last race, the Ferrari looked so much stronger, specifically through Magnus and Beckett's, compared to the Alfa Romeo, gaining so much time on those last few laps, which was so crucial for that win. But not as tied to the road this weekend, maybe using a little less downforce.
Remember, it is all about setups up at the top. The car performance is equal in this league, so it's all about the driver skill and the driver setup, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, definitely. And, that was so important for the Ferraris, I really do believe, last weekend. They had a really good setup and just getting so much more speed through those high-speed corners.
I mean, he's gone 4th. That's safe for him, but He's got to see what he's got to do on the softs in that next session. Down at the bottom, Muster is in the pits. Jay Robinson may be looking for a tow from his teammate, who is just but positions in front.
Yeah, Dylan Hartley in P8 with Jay Robinson in P13. Dylan Hartley may be getting into Q3 this week as Jay Robinson goes very, very wide. I'm not sure if he is on a flying lap. That's incredibly wide. Surprised his lap hasn't been invalidated, to be honest, as he approaches the chicane. That Williams potentially getting the way now, and that dirty air through the chicane not going to be helping him.
P6 now for Andre Abreu. I mean, he before was P2. Jay Robinson has now invalidated his lap going through turn 11. But yeah, Andre Abreu was P3, P4. Now he's P6.
Yeah, he's obviously lost a few positions with these incredibly fast lap times from the likes of Kasimic and Max Chapman. He's on his out lap at the moment, trying to set another lap time on those medium tyres by the looks of it.
Yeah, and here through, beautiful shot here through turn 13, we see both the Williams and the Alfa Tauri racing each other as though it's a race weekend as Torben Schurk comes into the pits.
Yeah, very nice there with that helicopter shot. But Jay Robinson in P13 at the moment, still not enough for Q3. Obviously, invalidating his last lap time. Maybe he'll get a new set of medium tyres, or maybe even the soft tyres. But, I mean, starting on the softs probably won't be what he wants to do this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, he's done decent there. Robbie Walsh is on his flying lap.
Yeah, Robbie Walsh in P3. He's probably safe, to be honest. He's only 1/10 off that incredible lap time from Kasimic, but again, just going around, maybe thinking that he can get the fastest lap time. Oh, I know why he's going again. He's obviously set that first time on those softs. He's wanting to improve on his soft time to get through to Q3 on those mediums. That's why he's doing it.
Wow, that's risky because you've gone 1/10 slower than the fastest time. You've got to put some incredible pace on the on.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Casper and Max have gone faster than Robbie, which on Robbie's soft time, proves that it is possible. Is Robbie capable of beating his own lap time? We'll have to see. He's 2/10 down at the moment on Casper Meach time, so that obviously wouldn't be enough. He's only 1/10 down. Yeah,
Did you
losing
see the
the rear,
huge
yeah.
snap of oversteer there through turn 14? He got incredibly wide. He's going to be nowhere near the times of Casper Meach.
No, similar to that of his teammate, maybe running similar setups. That Renault looking really, really snappy coming through those final few corners. Maybe just too aggressive on those tyres, and there's not enough of the tyre left at the end of the lap.
P6 there for Andre Abreu. No improvement there. Ian Hammore's coming through the final sector. He's 11 seconds down, so he's going to start another flying lap. Archie Middelfeld's coming through the final sector. He's on his outlap. So is Titan. He's on his... Well, I say he's on his outlap. He's coming out the pits. Jay Robinson also on his outlap. Muster, the only one in the bottom four to be setting a hot lap, but he's 3/10 down.
Yeah, he's in P14, obviously trying to get through on those soft tyres. Whether or not that's possible is another question. He's 5/10 down, so he would get through to about P9 at the moment. But does he really want to start on those soft tyres? He's committing to that by getting through to Q3 on those.
I think starting in the top 10 here at Hungary, because track position is such a big aspect of it, starting on the soft tier at Hungary with the fastest final sector, once again, Neapolitan board there, yellow first sector, green middle sector, and final sector of purple. I think, as I was saying, getting through to into qualifying 3 on the soft is more advantageous than getting through, staying in P11 to P14, because the track position is so important.
Yeah, we said that earlier, you know, it's hard to overtake around Hungary just with the way the track is designed. It's a very narrow track, so it just makes it hard to get those overtakes done. So yeah, that's a good point, really. Maybe he's prioritizing track position over starting tyre. We'll have to see if that plays out for him on Sunday, obviously. That strategy, it could benefit him. He's going to be really fast in the first few laps on Sunday on those soft tyres, but that tyre degradation is going to come into play as well.
Yeah, and was that Andre that was knocking out one of the boards there? Yeah, he was knocking out one of the meter boards. He's got his left tyres on the side of the sausage curve there, so no infractions there for him, losing his rear there through turn 13, but he hasn't had a very good race today. Dylan Hartley down towards the first sector. He's got to keep safe.
Yeah, this is his fight to stay in Q3 by the looks of it at the moment. He's in P9 at the moment. 5/10 off that fastest time. Will he be able to improve on these medium tyres? They are 6 laps old now.
Sorry, I don't even know why I'm looking at him when we've got 3 Actually, 4 drivers here fighting for the final positions. Qualifying 2 is now over on our boards. Probably isn't in the game, but it's over on our boards. Andre Abreu is P7, but that might be dethroned by Salomon, who's currently P11, coming around the final sector across the finish line, and he goes in P11. No improvement there from him. Ian Hanmore is in Sector 2. He is 7/10 off the pace, but down in Sector 3 now. There's a yellow flag, so he may have to lift. He's gone yellow twice in the first sector and the second sector. He's gone off. Ian Hanmore's not going to improve. Titan behind him. Fastest middle sector for him on that green track, but behind him, someone has taken that away from him. I think that may be his teammate, Torben Schutt, who now has the fastest purple middle sector. Titan is going to go into the top 10. He's going to go in the top 10. He's P5. Torben Schutt behind him. He's got fastest sector 1 and sector 2. But he backed out.
Yeah, obviously very fast. He doesn't want to qualify on those soft tyres, but by the looks of it, Dylan Hartley will be able to be safe getting through to P10 with Jay Robinson not setting a faster lap time.
I think that may have been a team sacrifice there to get Dylan Hartley in the top 10. We know he can win a race before. He has won a race before. We know he can win races. So maybe that was a team strategy to retire one of the cars in order to benefit Dylan.
Yeah, definitely. We know how much pace Dylan does have on a good race day. So yeah, that could have been an interesting one. But that lap at the end from Torben Schutt, he was 5/10 faster. Very, very quick. Obviously not wanting to finish that lap.
Incredible stuff from him there. We'll see you in Q3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the qualifying 3 session at the Hungaroring. Once again joined by Sam Wolfie in the commentary box. Hello, Sam.
Hello, we are in Q3, the final session for this Hungary qualifying. It's going to be close, obviously, the 2 Alfa Romeos, specifically Casper, topping that Q2 session. But, Joel, we have to remember, top that Q1 session, so it's going to be tight, no doubt, for that pole position today.
Busy track right now. Busy bees, busy drivers, busy track. They all want the pot of honey right at the end of the rainbow because Casper Meach out here leading the pack behind Joel Foxhall. He's going to get a huge tow.
Yeah, this tow, or maybe Joel's trying to get him out the way there by the look.
I saw
that. Joel not wanting to give Casper Meach a tow, understandably. It's a big thing, you know, start-finish rate is very long around here. He's going to definitely benefit from that tow.
You know what they say? Get the tow, you're on the front row. So, Joel Foxhall looking for P1 or P2?
Yeah, he's kind of play all his cars very close to him, you know. He doesn't want to give any advantage to any of these drivers. He's trying to get out of the way of all of them. Now stuck behind the Red Bull of Andre by the looks of it.
Well, whilst Joel's playing blackjack with his cards close to his chest, I'm going to get my Snacker Jacks out so I can have a look at this absolutely amazing qualifying 3 session that's going to come in front of us. Get the popcorn out, Sam.
Yeah, I will do just that. I think it's going to be close between Joel, Casper and Max, and obviously Torben Schutt with that lap he had at the end that he didn't decide to finish, but Joel Foxhall starts his time. He's the first one to do that.
No helmet design change for him this week. He's sticking with the British design, actually, that he sported all the way back from Silverstone.
Yeah, nicely done coming there through turn 2. Joel is planted to the racetrack. That racing point looking really, really nice as he approaches this turn 4. He doesn't want to invalidate through. He doesn't want to go too wide. Oh
Oh,
my god, that was so close.
a huge. He lost the rear so much there. That was
Yeah.
incredibly lucky. But that's going to spray a huge ton of dirty air to the car that's behind him. I'm not too sure who that is.
Looks like one of the Afro-Americans actually. May be Max Chapman by the looks of it. But yeah, coming through turn 5, Joe understandably backed off. He was going incredibly quick through turn 4, but car wouldn't like it at all.
Kasper Micah, the 114 flat. That's not a brilliant time. Well, sorry, it's not. I say it's not brilliant. It's a pretty decent time, but I think it's beatable by quite a few of these tracks. Talking of a beatable, we've got the man who is the team principal, Cyril Beatable, for the man who's in P3, Robbie Welsh. He's going to be begging that he didn't do that strategy there.
Yeah, and Max Chapman already beating that time by 300 to Kasper Micah. I mean, that is tiny, tiny margins again, even in Q3. But Max Chapman still on provisional pole at the moment.
Sam,
Yes.
do you think that that time is beatable by a beatable?
We will have to see. Robbie's got some good pace around certain tracks. P6 at the moment. We will definitely have to see if that's the case for the Renault team this week.
He was P3 yesterday. Don't know why I'm on about. He's P3 last session with the red mark soft. He's got incredibly wide there, losing his rear about 18 times coming through that corner. Yeah, not great.
No, he's almost as excited as you, Callum, this weekend, I think.
I've been on the Skittles too much. I've got a sugar rush. But Joel Foxhall in the pits. No time from him so far.
Yeah, after that mistake coming through turn 4, Joel into the pits, probably going to go on a fresh set of softs. He's already out, actually. Already out of the pit box. He knows he needs to get that lap time in.
Titan is coming round this final corner. You know what they say about Titans? David and Goliath. It could be the fight between the Titan of Goliath. Sorry, the Goliath of Titan and the sort of smaller little Davids of well, obviously I'm David Croft, but David the metaphorical Davids of the Red Bulls, the Williams, and the Beatable.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're honestly writing a tale as we go through this Q3 session this week. Titan, no doubt, will be strong. He's got 2 green sectors at the moment, nothing purple by the looks of it. But Torben, his teammate's got that fastest purple. Gosh, that purple sector 1 still at the moment.
Yes, he definitely has got that fastest purple sector. In P4 is Titan with that fastest purple sector.
Yep. Thank you for that, Callum. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry, Sam. But yes, a good time there in P4.
Yeah, just behind his teammate by about 2/10. So the Ferrari boys looking very strong. It's very red at the top end of the field with the 2 Alphas and the Ferraris at the moment.
Maybe they should go get that checked out by the doctor.
Yeah, well, potentially that might be what they want to do. Joel Foxwood P10 going for that fastest lap. What can he do? Can he beat this current Red Bull between P1 and 4?
Well, I mean, a bit of pink might be nice at the top of that leaderboard. We haven't seen it in a while, but Joel will be determined to get on it.
Here coming through turn 2 again, avoiding those white curbs, getting very close to them, obviously making the angle of the corner as acute as possible. Coming through turn 3, nicely done. He's approaching this turn 4. You know, this is where he had his mistake before. He's not going to want to replicate that. He gets through there much nicer. Not as aggressive as Kasper Micah. Maybe that incident still having an effect on him.
Yeah, I mean, he's now into the chicane. This is the most decisive part of the track. If he gets a good exit, and he doesn't, he's over the sausage curve, that's going to lose all the traction there into 8 and 9.
Yeah, he's gone a bit wide there as well, coming through turn 9. I mean, it's not the cleanest lap. He's obviously got that green purple sector. Sorry, that green first sector, but he hasn't set a lap time before.
I don't know. If I'm Joel, I know I can do better than this. I'm coming straight back into the pits for another soft run.
I mean, I'm not too sure how many more soft tyres he's going to have left. No doubt this is a brand new set. Obviously, he had that first set that he had that mistake on. Is he going to have enough soft sets to get through? But he's in P4 with a 1:14.4, about 3/10 off that of Max Chapman.
The sea of red's been broken by Joel Foxhall. The good stuff there, but a little bit of blue may be good up in the top now. Alex Rinser in P6, currently 6/10 behind. And then Dylan Hartley, the white AlphaTauri behind, 7/10.
Yeah, these guys now. Max Chapman coming out of the pits. He's on another fastest lap. What can he do? Is he going to be able to improve on that incredible lap time that he's got at the moment? We'll have to keep an eye on that. Dylan Hartley in P7, as you said, he's on that flying lap. He's going to want to improve from P7. You know, it's all about that track position.
Max Chapman using a lot of engine braking there into turn 3, coming down towards the fastest corner on the track. He's going to make sure that he doesn't lose his rear like Joel Foxhall did. He's got a fastest sector 1, improvement by 1/10 of a second. He's now through into turn 5, and it's quicker in the first sector, fastest in the first sector. He's gonna have to lift through the second sector because he hasn't lifted. That may mean his lap time is deleted. I'm not too sure. The stewards may have to have a look at that, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen there. That we saw very much clearly that Welch was in the side of the track, and all of those yellow flag boards were illuminated. Another fastest middle sector there from Chapman. The stewards have said that Chapman is under investigation for ignoring yellow flags, but we will have to look at that. Kasper Meach is on an outlap. Chapman comes towards the finish line. He's got 2 purple sectors, but will that matter?
It's going to be close. He's approaching that start finish line. Does improve. Wow. He's 2 tenths ahead of his teammate now. A 1:13.8 into the 1:13s does Max Chapman go.
Well, I mean, if he is under investigation, we'll have to take his initial lap time. So that'll be interesting. So all the more reason for Kasper Meach to try and beat his teammate.
Yeah, Kasper Meach now. This is going to be an incredibly important lap. It's going to be interesting to see his first sector split. Is he going to be able to get that fastest sector? He goes incredibly wide through turn 4 there, but manages to hold on to the car. He does go faster in that first sector. So, you know, if that lap time of Max Chapman does get deleted, he may get that pole position.
Well, it is all a matter now of how quick he is through the middle sector. His teammate couldn't do it because of the yellow flags. Well, actually, he could do it, but he wasn't supposed to be able to do it. It probably would have lost him about 1/10. He goes incredibly wide there and loses an entire 10th there through sector 2. He's stuck in the wake of the high rake Red Bull right in front of him. He's now gone yellow in the middle sector. He could still recover the lap though, but no. He's gone slower. He's selected to go back into the 0 ERS mode, 0 fuel mode, and just coast past the finish line.
Yeah, 2 minutes left in the session. He can go round once again on these softs and probably set another time, but he's going to want to beat his teammate so badly. You know, if that lap time of his does get deleted, almost a free pole position, he's going to want to get another lap time in.
Yeah, well, you never want to be under investigation because the uncertainty could stop you just from getting to just getting in the right mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the mental side of Formula 1, and that will definitely be playing on Chapman's mind. He's in the pits at the moment, so he won't be setting another lap time. No doubt Kasper Meach will go again. I mean, he's on these soft tyres. They've gone round once, but, you know, he may as well. He's not going to lose out by doing it.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well come out once again, but we've seen him multiple times not come out. But someone who is coming around for their hot lap, Torben Schutt.
Yeah, Torben Schutt. Once again, maybe he's going to be the guy to break up this Alfa Romeo 1 and 2 at the moment. It's all about that first sector time, you know. If that's fast, no doubt the rest of the lap will be as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 hundredths behind. Not that far.
Yeah, not too far off Max Chapman, you know, 2 100ths of a second is nothing. Going through the chicane, is he going to be able to get a good line? He does get a pretty good line using that that sausage curb there on the left, just to lean on to get through the chicane nicely. Is he going to be able to improve on his middle sector time? We'll have to see. I mean, if he manages to do that, this lap may be the one that gets him into pole position. And he goes fastest in the middle sector. It's going to be really close now to see if he can get that pole.
Who are you talking about exactly, sorry?
I saw a purple sector for Torben Schutt, but, you know, looking at that, again, he hasn't got a purple sector, so the game is deceiving me.
Yeah, it must have been Joe Foxhall behind... Joe Foxhall? I don't know who that is. Joel Foxhall, who's got the fastest middle sector, and it certainly is 1.6 tenths behind Max Chapman, but that would put him into P2 currently if he crosses the line. No, it's not. He's lost the time in the final sector. Joel Foxhall had a chance for pole.
No, that was not the last sector he wanted. As you said, he got that fastest middle sector, but he's in P4. I'm not too sure if he's actually setting a lap time at the moment.
It could have been Joel on pole, but it isn't. Instead, it's Chapman on pole. But it could be Meach on the beach if his teammates gets his lap time invalidated, as we see Mustard doing drifts into the pit lane.
Yeah, Kasamic has decided to come into the pits, but even if Max Chapman's time does get deleted, obviously it was faster than that of Kasper Meech, so Max will retain that pole position.
Joel Foxall is on his hot lap, so he's going to go for pole once again.
Yeah, he's going to be able to potentially set... Oh, no, he won't be setting a faster lap time. He's facing the barriers at the moment. That was not the final corner he wanted.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Well.
I was checking some of the things there, but
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what's going on there. Dylan Hartley also coming through yellow flag sector, but I don't think he had enough time. He is on AI, unfortunately. Alex Rinser towards the finish line. The last person able to set a time retains his position. We'll go ahead and have an investigation onto Max Chapman. But currently, Max Chapman's on provisional pole, and if it isn't him, it's his teammate. Sam.
Hello.
I think I've made a mistake.
I know.
Well, the stewards have just looked at the thing, and Max Chapman's time has been invalidated. However, his first lap time that was not invalidated is still quicker than Casper's time. So Max Chapman is your pole sitter today.
Yeah, that first lap time proving very crucial for Max Chapman, and he's retained that pole position. So good job by him.
Max, you did have your lap time absolutely smashed out the park by the stewards. However, your first lap time, I bet you're so proud and so glad that you put such a good time on. 1:14.054 by about 30 hundredths of a second. You stayed safe with your teammate despite the invalidation.
Yeah, I'm really happy with both of my lap times. I mean, it's a bit annoying that my second lap time got deleted, but I guess that's how it goes when there's a yellow flag. So
I think
it's just extremely happy for a 1-2 again.
I think the stewards have been deciding that they're going to crack down on the yellow flags. We saw a little bit of cracking down towards Andre Abreu the other week when he was under investigation for ignoring yellow flags once again, and also blue flags back at Monaco. We're going to make sure that the stewards have a close eye on those ignoring the game's directions. What is that going to do for you, especially when you're punching through the field, you get to the back of the pack and you lose all that time because of the cars you're stuck behind?
Yeah, it could be quite controversial in some of our races if we're starting near the back of the grid or in the mid pack and there's like a crash in front of us. We got to get through. Yeah, it could be very, very, very bad for us in some cases.
Wow, I mean, I think it's good for you because you're never going to be at the back. You're always out the front, aren't you, Max? As you are in the front again today on pole.
Yeah, I'm just extremely happy. It'll boost my confidence after last week, after the race. Got a bit annoyed in that race. Yeah, it's just very good to see me and Casper on the front row again.
Well, a front row lockout, and hopefully, I mean, it's not good for you. I mean, you say it's great for a front row lockout, but there's 18 points between you in the championship. You need this win over him this week.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely need a win this week. Just to extend that gap to be a little bit safer in the championship.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is. And I think you're much in the driving seat today, so well done, Max.
Thank you.
We're going to have a word with an unusual one here. Ian Hammore, who has been organising, or helped to organise, the Netflix crew that are helping us today with the secret project that's going on. Could you enlighten us just a little bit of what's going on?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, none of it was my idea. However, I do back it completely. We've got Destruct, who was a race engineer of Alfa Romeo. However, he's now been, I suppose, upgraded to director of DTS. Don't know, is it DTS? What is it? I'm trying to work out what it's called. I've got no idea. But yeah, it Drive to Survive. Yeah, DTS, that's the one. Sorry, you've completely thrown me into this. It's going to be uploading on the YouTube video, and it's there's already a preview that we've all seen, and it looks flipping amazing.
Well, I hope we don't
yeah.
get sued for using the Drive to Survive name, but you know, we'll go with it. How is that going to affect some of the performances? We saw pretty poor performance here from the McLaren boys, who were definitely under the spotlight today.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix, they've known to sort of curse F1 in real life, so whether or not that sort of follows suit in our league or not, that's for another day. But I mean, who knows? I mean, D-Stock would be a really good person for it, and yeah, hopefully, well, there's obviously going to be content, but hopefully it's for the right reasons.
Make sure you do go ahead and check out the YouTube channel. We've got all of the race replays and the Drive to Survive content that will be absolutely exclusive to the members of the channel who subscribe. And make sure to put on that notification bell just so you don't ever miss a Drive to Survive episode. Thank you very much for the link there, Sam. You are an absolute legend. But did you think it could have been Meech on the beach today? Or is it such a shame that that first lap time of Max was just better, slightly better?
That
That was a question for Ian.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, they both deserve front row of the grid. They're both great drivers. They use barely any assists, manual, and they're just really good at what they do. To be honest, I think obviously there's a lot of rivalry going on between the two of them. Obviously Casper wants to get P1, then Max steals it from him, and vice versa. But I'm sure Casper will pull out that P1 at some point.
I mean, it's close up there at the top. Could you be fighting for it? Especially when the Netflix cameras are on you, perhaps next week?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to Spa, I'm definitely going to have a bit more kit for it. And time's only going to really tell on how good it will be. But yeah, I'm really hoping to definitely improve. And yeah, I mean, it might even be me. Who knows?
Stream
Never say never.
Stream on the main channel? ? Soon TM.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yes, 100%. It will be Spa on the main channel. In 2 weeks' time.
Well, now he said that it's going to be something like Abu Dhabi, but make sure you go ahead and check out twitch.tv/Kenco to see the premium equipment upgrade that the Mercedes garage are getting. Only one of the drivers, because they clearly have a first and second driver. But, you know, Ian Hammore joins us in the garage, the leader of this whole thing. Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you.
And Sam, sorry for cutting you off there. You can answer the question. How does Max and Casper being at the front really affect the title battle?
Massively. I mean, Casper's going to want to have that edge over Max, and the best way to do that is qualify ahead of him. He lost out by just 3/100ths of a second, but the first lap is probably the best time to get a move done. He may be able to get a dive moment into turn one. We will have to see, but you know, that's on Sunday. We'll have to see what happens between the two Alfa Romeo boys, but I think that the rivalry will just keep brewing and brewing.
And as the rivalry brews, well, speaking of brews, I'm actually going to go put one on. As the rivalry brews, so does the competition in this Kenco F1 chat. See you later, boys. I'm going to go make myself a brew.